Hi, I'm registered dietitian and nutritionist Wendy Wesley here in the St. Petersburg Free Clinic Teaching Kitchen. And today I want to make for you quinoa peach crunch. And I found this recipe on the American Heart Association's website, but it was really for a slow cooker. I'm not really a slow cooker person, so I adapted it to just make the quinoa on the stove, cut up all the ingredients, mix it up, and put it together. I'm going to do that for you right here. Quinoa is one of those things that I always used for savory dishes, with a vegetable stir fry or other things, or in a bowl, kind of a restaurant style bowl. I've done that before. And this recipe had it for a dessert or kind of a breakfast. And quinoa is actually a seed, and it's very, very high in protein and very, very high in fiber. And it's kind of a bland food, so whatever you do to it is what it becomes. If you make it savory, with salt and garlic and onions, that's what it becomes. But in this recipe, I'm doing cinnamon and some half and half cream and some sugar and walnut and peaches, and I'm going to make a sweet, so it could be a dessert or it could be a really great breakfast. The other beautiful thing about this for breakfast, the protein and the fiber are going to stay with you for a very, very long time. So let's get started. I did cook up some quinoa on the stove. It took 15 minutes. One thing I do recommend is that to save time on meals during the week, you cook your grains on a Sunday. So that's your oatmeal, your rice, or your quinoa, and then you put it in the fridge. And then when you're ready, you pull it out and you get it to room temperature. You can microwave it, but it saves time during those weeknight meals. So I've cooked the quinoa, a quarter cup of this quinoa, and it comes in red and white and mixed, and this is white quinoa, and a quarter cup of it is 6 grams of protein. And as far as the fiber is concerned, I'm looking at it 3 grams of fiber, so that's good. There's also going to be protein in the walnuts that I'm going to put on it, protein and fiber, and then of course fiber and sweet in the peaches. So let's cut it up. So let's start with our peach. This is a kind of it's not a very ripe peach. It's a hard peach. It's all they had at the store. So I'm going to see how it does. What I do is I cut it along. Oh, it's a tough one. Oh boy. I cut it along what I call the baby's butt. And if it's a bit riper, meaning softer, I can usually take it and twist it, and I can just twist the pit right out. And I just don't have the hand strength to do this, so I'm just gonna cut some peach slices. And one cool way to ripen peaches is to put them in a paper bag and seal it, and they will release this gas called ethylene, and they will self-ripen. So if I weren't doing this today, I would probably put these peaches in a paper bag and let them ripen. So I'm just gonna cut some slices here. I do wish they were softer. Yeah, you can kind of hear them. But still, they're going to be good. They just didn't have super ripe ones at the store when I was there. And that's okay. That's okay. I checked the nectarines too. And okay, so I have some peaches here. Very good. Let's see how they are. Oh, they're still very sweet. Very good. So I have my peaches that I've cut up. And I have walnuts. Now, you can also use pecans or almonds, any kind of nut. Give them a quick chop. Quick chop on the walnuts. One thing I sometimes do with walnuts is I put them in the toaster oven and just give them a light toast, and it makes them kind of crunchier and a bit nuttier. Okay, set those aside. The sugar component of this dish is it's a half and half, a half cup of half and half, and that is a dairy product, a cow milk product. If you want to make this dish vegan, use oat milk or almond milk or whatever kind of milk substitute you use that is plant-based. So this can be a totally plant-based meal. And so this is half and half. It's about a quarter cup of sugar, just plain old table sugar, and then I put cinnamon in it. And if you could see it, it's kind of brown. That's the cinnamon on the side. And I tasted it. It's very, very sweet and cinnamony, and so that's going to make this dish great. So let's see, walnuts, peaches, my cream and sugar and cinnamon mixture, and a bowl. So I'm going to scoop some of this quinoa. I've just cooked it into the bowl. That's about a quarter cup, maybe a little bit more, somewhere between a half cup and a quarter cup. And then I'm going to spoon some of this over the top. This is my cream and sugar mixture. About 2 tablespoons over the top. Put my peaches in, sprinkle those on top, and then of course my walnuts. So what I have here is I've kind of created a breakfast bowl, if you will, kind of quinoa on the bottom, peaches, the sweet cream, and the walnuts. So let me get a spoon and see how it is. Like I said, I've never used quinoa in a sweet dish, and so I can't wait to see how it is. Oh, that is so good. You know, the quinoa, excuse me, the quinoa is nutty, whether you kind of do savory or sweet. But like I said, it's neutral. It kind of becomes whatever you want with it. And so what I've done is I've added sweet items to this, and it is a great kind of a base or a carrier for these sweet items. Again, wonderful breakfast. We're talking high protein and high fiber. It's going to stay with you for a long time, help you better manage diabetes if you're trying to control blood sugar during the day. Or this makes a nice dessert after a good, healthy meal. I'm Wendy Wesley. I'm a registered dietitian, nutritionist, and I'm here in the St. Pete Free Clinic Teaching Kitchen, and I thank you for listening. All right, bye-bye.